Welcome to Learning Unit number 8 on physical health. So we are going to be talking about what constitutes a physically healthy person. And this content, and especially the readings of your text, are going to be exceptionally important to those of you who are members of Group 1 and 2, because you're developing a health promotion program that includes a physical fitness activity. But this is information that is essential for all nurses who are developing health promotion and encouraging health promotion of both individuals and populations. So you're watching this video. The learning outcomes are to describe key aspects of the benefits associated with physical activity. And we're going to see that those change over time. And I'm going to give you an example of that, and ways to identify and address barriers to physical activity, especially in different age groups and in different built environments. So the information in your readings on page 151 about the built environment in physical activity is important to read. And how to examine different strategies for promoting physical activity across the lifespan with diverse populations. And we're going to look at Healthy People 2030, specifically the physical activity objectives. So I have you reading chapter 6. Chapter 6, as most of the chapters, is kind of lengthy. So please make sure you're reading the first couple of pages at least, the benefits, risks, and looking at physical, how to engage different age groups with physical activity. And then, as I already noted, page 151 is really important. But again, group members in 1 and 2 for the health promotion programs may really want to delve in and read this whole assignment. And you're going to review the content that I have posted. You're completing and uploading your midterm assignment, which is on preventive services. So the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force assignment that we looked at last learning unit, and that you are going to complete and submit by the end of this learning unit. You're going to be doing a discussion board post, no reply, and I'm asking that you do the midpoint survey, which is a simple survey that asks you what's going well and what could be improved, so that I can make a change in this course if possible, instead of making a change in another course given to different students. Wouldn't you like to benefit from any changes that I can make to make this a better course? There is no collaborative document work, so there is no topic for this week. However, I do ask that instead of working on a collaborative document, that your group still maybe get together and look at topic number 3 and kind of specify and get that honed out a little clearer. Some of you did a nice job and listed exactly, pretty exact about what you were going to be doing, what session, and others more did a narrative for topic 3. And for your health promotion program and for the presentation, you're going to really need to be clear on what you're doing and how many sessions they are and what type of activities you'll have. So even though there's not a collaborative document to work on this week, look back at topic 3 and see, look at my feedback and perhaps how you can improve. So Healthy People 2030. If you click on this link, you're going to go to Healthy People 2030 specifically for physical activity. So if you were on their site and you browsed objectives by topic, physical activity is one of those. So for the discussion board, you're going to read this information, and then you're going to be choosing from one of these areas, and I'm going to show you. There's 3 different areas. I've defined them, so don't just pick and choose physical activity general. No, what I'm looking for is choose one of the objectives under either adolescence, so maybe increase the proportion of adolescents who do enough aerobic physical activity because we see that's getting worse. Anything under adolescence, child and adolescent development, any one of these, again, getting worse, increase the proportion of kids 2 to 5 who get no more than 1 hour of screen time a day. That might be something you want. Or older adults. Increase the proportion of older adults with physical or cognitive health problems who get physical activity. So those are going to be your choices. So you can't, unfortunately, choose from overweight or obesity. It's older adults, child and adolescent development, and adolescents. So plus you're going to, and the directions are on the discussion board, which I should always start with and never remember that. Then you're going to look at evidence-based resources, and that's where you're going to talk about one of these. So let's go back here, and I'm going to close out of this. Okay, so again, your instructions are discuss one of the objectives from the areas of adolescence, child and adolescent development, or older adult in your discussion board post. And make sure while you're here, you're checking out the evidence-based resources as you're going to cite one of those as well. Here's your discussion board post, kind of said the same thing. Choose one of the objectives, a synopsis of the barriers that may be associated with this age group, such as technology or built environments. Built environments is on page 151 of your text. And methods for removing those barriers or ways for nurses to improve patient engagement. Again, no replies are required, but you can read through this. This is your discussion board topic. So there, again, no collaborative document, but I did put down your group may still want to meet, especially to further your ideas of how you're going to implement your program. But there is no requirement. This is your midterm. I'm going to get back to that for a minute. In fact, let's do it now. Give me 1 second because I got to put this, I'll have to go back to learning unit number 7 to do that. So I want to show you how you submit your midterm assignment. However, right now, this learning unit is not open to student view. So in a minute, I'll go back to learning unit 7 that's open, and I will share how to do that from learning unit 7. There is a midpoint, the core survey that I told you. It is optional, but it gives you the chance to give me some feedback. What's going well, what's not going so well. Now here is something I want to explain to you and share with you. This is a huge document. It is physical activity guidelines put out by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Your textbook on page 134, table 6.1, cited the source. However, they cited the first edition of the source, which was 2008. We know that's a long time ago. This is the second edition that came out in 2018. There has not been a third. So this is the most up-to-date physical activity guidelines. There's a reason this is optional. I do want everyone to look at page 32 of this document and compare it to your textbook, page 134. And, but this may be a dynamite guideline for those in groups 1 and 2. So let's click on it. Do not print it. It's 118 pages. You'll go broke and cut down a lot of trees. So physical activity guidelines for Americans. You can read a little bit about this, but if you're working with a specific group, perhaps children and adolescents, you might want to look at, if you're in groups 1 and 2, page 46, chapter 3. It's just a great resource. What I want you to do is look at page 32, I believe it was. Yeah, page, yes, 32. And what you're going to see is health benefits associated with regular physical activity. Let me just see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you so you can see. And what you're going to notice is if you have your textbook open to 134, you're going to see that there's been updates made between 2008 and 2018. There are different guidelines. So it starts with, what are the benefits for kids and adults to engage in regular physical activity? Well, now they have slightly different ones, and improving bone health has been on the old one, the 2008, but yet now it specifies ages 3 to 17. Improved cognition for ages 6 to 13 is new. That was not included in the 2008 document, and neither was the depression was included, but it did not have the specific age. So you're going to see some changes. If you're working with adults, you can see lower risk of all-cause mortality. You can also see improved cognition. You're going to see some are the same and some are have changed from 2008. So that's what I want everyone to look at. But yet, if you're working in one of the groups about physical activity, this may be a really great document for you to look at. So otherwise, it's just optional, and you have enough reading with the chapter this week, chapter 6, and getting your midterm submitted. So let's go back to that. So we are leaving learning unit number 8. When you click on 8, you're going to see the same thing that you saw in learning unit number 7, is the link to your midterm preventive services assignment. Now I'm going to show you your view, and this should be the same. Now we got to go back. 7. Okay, here. So when you click on, you see really nothing more than when it's due, how many attempts you have, and you know you're in the assignment. Unfortunately, you know how many points it's worth, and that should say week 8, but you're going to click on attempt 1. And it doesn't matter, it's going to, you're not going to, until you submit your document, you can click on attempt 1 a million times. If you want to read the instructions, you can click here, download it, but here's where you're going to submit your document. Then you are going to click on the submit button and save and close. So I want to make sure that you know where that is. And now I'm getting out of the student view, and also that assignment is also here under the assignments tab as well. So Blackboard Ultra has given us a little bit of grief, but this is due week number 8. So I will make a change in that, and I hope you have a good week. Any questions about how to submit it, give me a call or send me an email. Have a good week. Thank you.